you see someone that's a little bit more attractive than what you currently have, but that person is inherently less stable, you're fucking without a condom, and you get pregnant, then they turn out to be a piece of shit, which is the sexy thing about them. And then you realize that, oh my god, I lost the guy that was really there for me, and I hope he takes me back. Hi there, welcome through the internet's newest iteration of Dr. Phil, where someone passionate about relationships and interpersonal dynamics runs through some of the internet's most interesting and sometimes juicy relationship sagas, dramas, and everything in between. This is a live recording of my instant reaction to viewer submissions, and of course man's best friend for all incognito information, Reddit. Proper credit will of course be done. If it's not, please sue me. So grab your coffee, take a seat, and jump on for the ride as we try to solve some situations with helpful, genuine advice for the poor souls stuck in some sticky, shitty situations. And without further ado, let's get into it. My name's Dennis, and the way that we find ourselves here is that whenever I find myself in a position of giving someone relationship advice, I always find myself genuinely enjoying the process of solving their problems. Does that say something about me? Probably does. But in the end, I just want you to consider me as that friend who tries to be a good listener, is non-judgmental, has been through some shit themselves, and just wants the best for you. Alright, straight off the bat, this one's interesting. From r/relationship advice, posted by Throra29283732. Fuck, these names just get longer and longer. My ex-girlfriend, 24 female, cheated on me, 22 male, and had a kid. She left her boyfriend, 25 male, and wants me to take her back. So straight off the bat, young kids, always a great time, especially when kids are involved. I mean, I feel like there's like a niche environment for people, like not, teenage parents, but like, young adults who have just gotten past the whole, I'm just got out of high school phase and have kids, because it's be a fucking nightmare, in my opinion. Anyway, so aside from that niche, ex-girlfriend cheated on him, had a kid, and then she's left that boyfriend and wants him to take her back. Instant thoughts about this so far is that this is kind of like you see someone that's a little bit more attractive than what you currently have, but that person is inherently less stable, and so you're fucking without a condom, and you get pregnant, and then they turn out to be a piece of shit, which is the sexy thing about them. And then you realize that, oh my god, I lost the guy that was really there for me, and I hope he takes me back. And so part of me feels that this guy's going to be like, oh, she meant a lot to me. And anyway, let's find out what goes on. Reading down into the comments, away we go. I don't want to come off as arrogant or cocky. I just have had such large growth financially and mentally. What? Okay, anyway, so he's 22, financial growth, mental growth. He's on that Andrew Tate shit. Here we go. This girl and I dated for months, but had a lifelong friendship. And we were friends since we were both toddlers. Okay, childhood sweethearts, cool. That's how they start, I guess. I've always had feelings for her, and I thought she was my soulmate. Of course she was. We had a lot of plans and goals to complete together, but she acted to play games and left me for another dude. Yeah. This is what happens when you're really young. You think that, that saying, oh, there's all these fish in the ocean, but this fish is for me. yeah, what's essentially happening is that just because you grow up with someone, like the Hollywood fairy tale isn't for everyone. And so what's happened is that you've essentially, predicted, as a guy, we have this tendency to build up a whole life around a girl that we've just met or just know, and it turns out not to be the best for us. But because she's been there since we were young, she's gonna be the one. We've decided. And yeah, essentially, he's doing relationship things, and probably not necessarily growing as much as what he would have thought of, but he's making some landmark financial decisions, getting some landmark financial input. And so he thinks that, hey, look, I'm top shit now, hence his first comment, I'm cocky. And he actually wasn't really all that. So she's found another guy, and she decided to cut him off and go for another guy. Anyway, moving on. Obviously it hurt, and I'm still feeling some sort of betrayal over it, as you would. The thing is, she had a baby with that guy. Okay. After the whole mess, I cut her off completely, and she kept trying to be my friend, but I turned my back to her. Well, maybe she just acknowledges that, okay, now this is where, someone in my mind goes back in thought and thinks to myself, okay, maybe I was too quick to jump the gun. Maybe it wasn't like, he was being a simp for her. Maybe she was never interested in him in the first place. But again, we just don't know. But she's being nice to him. She's being thoughtful. Maybe she's just like, hey, look, I feel sorry for this guy. We were so nice to each other. Probably it's not like husband material or, going to give me a kid material. But, I have to get in contact with him. Refocus. After the whole mess, I cut her off completely, and she kept trying to be my friend, but I turned my back to her. Alright, so he's obviously butthurt, and he is cutting her off. I saw her a couple times recently due to some stuff that was going on, and we had some conversations on my and her feelings. The thing is, I am not the same. I started making high 6 digits a year, and I think for somebody my age, I'm doing very well. I just recently bought a house months ago. I am able to afford the things I like, and I am living comfortably. Fuck yeah, good on you, dude. Maybe been focusing on himself and, kicking some financial goals. The other thing I want to make a note of is that, after the whole mess, I cut her off completely, and she kept trying to be my friend, but I turned my back to her. In my personal opinion, like, anyone that really turns their back to other people, especially if they mean a lot, it's an immature reaction to hurt. I don't want to call someone immature. I'm just saying it's not a developed form of, interacting with the emotion that people know as pain, grief, sadness. And sometimes whenever people feel anger, it's essentially a coping mechanism, but sadness is, in my opinion, the progression of anger, where you've kind of accepted that something has hurted you, or has hurt you, great English, and now you're just trying to move along with the whole, grieving process. So whenever you turn your back to someone, it shows that, there's still some work to be done as an individual, and it does take a lot of cojones to face someone that's hurt you, and really say, hey, look, this hurt me. This is the reason why you hurt me. This is what I thought. If they're going to be your life partner, you need to have some level of honesty and openness with them, and maybe you could tell her that, hey, anyway, before the fact, whatever. I'm not going to talk about what ifs. Next one. I saw her a couple times recently due to some stuff that was going on. We had some conversations on my and her feelings. I'm guessing that he would have vented to her, saying that, how could you turn me away? I mean, look what you're missing out on. The thing is, I'm not the same. I started making high 6 digits a year, and I think for somebody my age, I'm doing very good. I just recently bought a house a month ago. I am able to afford the things I like, and I'm living comfortably, regardless. She, on the other hand, had She, on the other hand, dumped and kicked her boyfriend out. Right after she did that, she called me to tell me she wanted to give it another go. I had issues ever since she left me. I was feeling lonely, and I am still attached to her. Okay, maybe, you know, he's a bit of a dick, and she sees your money, and she's like, that's a little bit more comfort and security. Let's go with this guy, and he can look after my kid. But I also do not believe she wants to be with me over her feelings for me, more so because I am successful now. How should I handle things with her? I don't want to be rude, but I do want to know her true intentions. Too long didn't read. My ex left me for somebody else and settled down. Now that things went south, she got separated and wants to date me, but I'm not sure I can trust her again. Cool. All right, in totality, the guy who's writing the message isn't that mature. He was obviously in a young relationship with a girl, probably, you know, no idea what he's doing, you know, floundering about with girls, and everyone who's come to a certain stage in life of, I guess, maturity knows that that was once them at a particular point in time, and I still have no idea about girls, but a little bit more than what I did previously. And yeah, essentially, you know, she's left him because whatever reason, I'm guessing it was just, you know, not good boyfriend material. Not everyone is. And then so she's left him for someone else, and essentially she was 2 years older than he was, and she left him for an older guy, and essentially had a kid with him. And then this relationship has gone south. She has then reconnected with some guy due to this OP, and essentially has asked him to take her back. And the OP is saying that basically he doesn't really trust her intentions because, you know, she, you know, hasn't wanted him, you know, at the start. So why does she want him now? Is it because he's making some money? And yeah, it's a tough situation. I think, because at the end of the day, this is, I guess, my opinion. What's going on right now is that this guy's still young. He's making 6 figures. Had his, you know, his hometown sweetheart, you know, break his heart. And now that he's earning some money, he thinks he's pretty big, but at the same time, emotionally immature. So that, you know, this girl who comes back, even with a kid in tow, which is a big commitment. Not saying that, you know, single mums are, you know, throwaway trash, but I'm saying that single mums are a big commitment, especially for a young 22-year-old guy who doesn't even know what he's doing himself. And, you know, he's able to buy the things he likes. Maybe he's buying some Jordans or something like that, you know. Okay, cool. You know, he's not talking about investing. I guess that'd be the next mature thing he could be talking about if it was financially mature. But yeah, this is like, we're talking about a 22-year-old kid right now. You know, if you're not 22 years old right now, just know that 22-year-olds don't know anything. Don't know anything. In actual fact, there are some 40-year-olds that don't know anything. So age has nothing to do with it. Just life experience-wise, you know, it's not very likely that people young know what they're doing in those sort of situations. So yeah, I mean, he's asking us for what he should do. I would say first and foremost, he needs to be honest, and he needs to tell her that she really hurt him. He can't turn her back to her anymore. He can't go to her and be like, you know, point a finger in her face and say, I'm rich and you're not, you dumped me and look how crap you've got it now. All that sort of stuff is just fuel on the fire, essentially, and doesn't help. You know, I guess it just really speaks more to his, you know, insecurity in the situation than anything else. Yeah, in essence, you know, some people, you know, they show you who their true colors are. And in this sort of situation, in terms of intuition, I think that he should follow his gut. He feels that something's up, he feels that something's fishy, he feels undercut, undersold, or he feels like he's about to be, sold a bill of goods that, is false. And I would say he needs to listen to his gut. I think that, yes, he could be honest with her and tell her what his feelings are if he felt like this is the one. But I would say that he is making some money now. The drama that has unfolded between her and her now ex is definitely going to becoming a part of his life. So if he takes her on, and that's going to cost a lot more than 6 figures to deal with, and the kid as well, so I mean, all sorts of stories with single parents and their kids and the responsibilities that you have to take over when you look after them. Yeah, look, my dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Take your time. Take a step back away from the situation. Say, look, I really appreciate your time. You're a fantastic person, but that chapter of our life is closed. You did mean a lot to me, and you will always mean something to me, because that's the truth. My first kiss, my first, sexual encounter, you always have some sort of physical piece of me, and you also have some form of emotional piece of me, because we just grew up together, and you mean a lot to me. But at this current point in time, we're not meant to be. I really want you to try and work things out with this new guy. You saw something in him at the start, and I'm sure he can come good, and at the moment, I don't want to take on the responsibility of your kid, and if they say no, you won't be taking responsibility. Well, as a man, you want to be able to provide for everyone in your care, and that includes females, includes their kids. Like, it's like an internal, I guess, logistical parameter of being a guy. So yeah, again, try and work it out. I wish you all the best. This is not meant to be me, you. It's not meant to be. And yeah, all the best. Have a great day, and don't let the door hit you on the way out. Fuck that. This is not an ideal situation. Jesus Christ. Man, how do people get themselves involved in these sort of situations when they're 22 years old? I mean, they're not 16, but yeah, like, I feel that sometimes this is parental in a way. If you had parents that really instilled some level of self-confidence in you, if you came from a whole family, like your mum and dad were together still, like, you would know what a proper functioning relationship looked like, and you would know that you have value. So you're not going to be taking second-rate relationships, which is essentially how this girl is treating the guy. Too long, didn't read, didn't listen to my post. Trust your gut, be mature about it, and tell her that although she meant a lot to you in the past, you respect her decision and her intuition for following a relationship with this new guy, and that you should tell her that the best thing for her kid is to try and patch things up with the dad, and you'll always have a special connection together because of just your past history. However, you can't commit to the relationship that she wants because it doesn't suit what you want and what you need as a person. And That's the most mature way to handle it. Be heartful, honest, and good to go. So let's post it. And just like that, I can't make a post. In essence, this thread has been locked by the moderators of r/relationship_advice. Anyway, all the best, buddy. Hope you do what you need to do. So how did I go? Write your thoughts and feelings down in the comment section below and tell me how you would have approached whatever I said in this video. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and click that notification bell so that, like every good indie band that's ever risen to some level of mediocrity, you too can say that you knew this channel before it got too big for its boots. Love yous all. Peace.